We just did a shit warm-up. Just talk about your struggles, Soph.
Just let it all loose, Dave Croft.
Talk about...
I need to do more as
Have
well,
you
apart
started
from
recording
music.
it?
Yeah, but it don't matter.
Yeah, so do I, don't worry.
I need to do more as well, because I said to Carly, like, the other day, when I went to see Chicago, it was good, but I just started having a rant, because I was like, it's so self-absorbed. They clap after everything, and they just want you to clap after everything. And when people don't clap, they just get the ump and walk off. And Carly was like, why did you not film that? It's like, 'cause I was sitting on the train soaking wet. Anyway.
Okay, so the week that we did the Grotowski warm-up, what was the company dynamics and what did you personally feel and how has that changed now?
So we all come in the morning and it was sort of the feeling of we should be doing a warm-up, but none of us particularly wanted to do one, because our warm-ups for a long time have become a challenge and they've become more of a task than something that we want to do. So we tried to inject a bit of fun into it. Teddy done one of our dance warm-ups, which before, when it was fresh and new, we all done it, but there was still some hesitations. You always get the people at the back of the company who don't really join in. I find myself, I'll do it for a minute and then my body starts to tell me, like, you can't do this, and then I'm just like, okay, yeah, I can't do it anymore. And it was just, it wasn't a warm-up. Like, we thought that we were warming ourselves up, but in reality we wasn't. And Carly come in and observed, and she actually joined in on our warm-up, and this instantly put us all on edge. We were sort of playing the director's game where we thought we were trying to impress her. We was doing things that we thought she would be proud of or whatever. And when it all come to like a natural end, we all instantly looked at Carly for direction, and she pulled us up on it and said that we can't constantly be waiting for her to direct. She stepped out of her director role and just joined our warm-up, but we all still saw her as the director. And that goes for every single member of our company. So she took it upon herself to change her plans for the morning, and we done some Grotowski, I think it's called watching. And there's 5 stages. There's like webbing, floating and falling, all these different tasks which work on pushing through that boundary where your brain's saying that you can't go on anymore and your body starts to feel tired, when in reality you can push much further. And I think we spent about an hour setting this up and we was all on the same page. We all just kept pushing and it didn't feel like an hour setting it up. And then once we finished that and we thought it was over, Carly said that we was actually going to do it for real now. And I think where we was all tired, and Grotowski said that some of the best work's produced when the actor is tired and vulnerable, it felt that it was much more rewarding when we actually done the final task. And although it was only for 20 minutes, it felt as if we'd done a whole day's worth of work, when in reality it wasn't. So I feel like that exercise helped change the company dynamic, because before we was all separate in our own little groups, whereas for this task, straight after it, we was all on the same page for once, which felt nice. We felt like a company of equal actors, no hierarchy, which there is a lot of in our company. For just that moment, we was all on the same page. So I think that helped us, and I think we need to do a lot more of it in the future.
And also, you know, the workshop at the end, with hindsight, what did you learn about like offering material, and would you offered more, or did you feel like you were inhibited, or?
I don't get the question.
You know, the workshop, and then Carly was saying we didn't offer enough and we didn't sort of, how was that process for you, and do you feel like you held back in offering material, and what would you do differently if we did it again?
I feel like I'm always inhibited in some way. I don't know what it is. I think it's something personal where I feel like I'm constantly going to be judged. I really struggle to motivate myself to actually get things on their feet and be prepared. Although I like to be prepared, I'm not confident in feeling that I have done enough and that it's of a good standard. So I definitely don't put forward things that I should necessarily put forward. And I think I did learn from this. I have started to put things forward into the room, and even if I'm not sure on whether I think that this is good enough or anything. As Carly said, you never know really what she's thinking or how that she's going to involve this in some way. So I think what I've learned the most is just, even if you don't think what you have to offer is good enough or relevant enough, offer it anyways, because you never know how it might be involved in some way, shape or form.
Cool. Anything else that you want to say? Then
I
that's
wasn't
she's in
there
June.
that week, so I don't know.
That's good. Next time.